Good morning, children. So, children, in our last class, we have discussed about the Khalji dynasty, isn't it? I hope you all have remembered it about Jalaluddin Firoz Khalji, about Alauddin Khalji, right? And also, we have discussed about the expansion of the empire, how Alauddin he expanded his empire, and what economic measure he has adopted in his empire. Right. So in our today class, we will discuss about reform in the army. Now there were several revenue reform which Alauddin he did. Must remember all the reform. Okay. First of all, he paid his soldier in cash. Secondly, he started branding horse to prevent the substitution of good horse by inferior one. That is, to the good one, or we can say to identify the better horse, Alauddin he makes a mark on the horse that was called dag. That is, to the horse which he used to mark, that horse used to be very good enough. Okay. Now, thirdly, a full description of each soldier was been kept. That was called chehra. Clear? That is, he started keeping all the details of his soldier. Fourthly, spy were being posted at different part so that the spy, what do you mean by spy, by the way, children? It means in Hindi jasoos, and that spy was being posted to different parts so that the spy can inform the sultan about all the development that was been taking place in that particular kingdom. Right. Now this is all about Alauddin, and after his death, what happened? There was a war of succession, that is, who will become the ruler after Alauddin Khalji. Clear? For that they started fighting among themselves. So the last Khalji ruler was Khusrau Malik, and Ghiyasuddin has defeated him and ended Khalji dynasty and started the Tughlaq dynasty. Clear? Now in this way Khalji dynasty came to an end and the beginning of Tughlaq dynasty started. Now next is our Tughlaq dynasty. Now this dynasty ruled for about 100 years, and we have two powerful sultan in this dynasty. First one was Muhammad bin Tughlaq, second one Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Now basically there were three rulers, but these two were the most powerful. Okay, now we will discuss about Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Now he was the first ruler of Tughlaq dynasty, and he ruled for 1320 to 1325, and he had strengthened the dynasty and made it very strong. And he was been succeeded by his son Juna Khan, who latter has taken the title of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Clear? So what was the real name of Muhammad bin Tughlaq? Juna Khan. Now we will focus on Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Okay. Now Muhammad bin Tughlaq had ruled for 1325 to 1351, and he was a very powerful ruler and the eldest son of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Okay. I hope children you have remembered that we have discussed about the sources which give us various information of different ruler. Right. In our first class only we have discussed about the sources, isn't it? So Ibn Battuta was a traveler. He visited India during Muhammad bin Tughlaq time period and had given lot of information about him, and he had told that Muhammad bin Tughlaq had a great idea and plan for the people. However, all his great plan, whatever he decided to implement upon the people, failed. Why? Because of the common man, as because they were not able to understand them. Means the common people were not able to understand the plan of the Muhammad bin Tughlaq. That is what actually Muhammad bin Tughlaq was trying to do for the common people. So that's why all the idea got fail at the end. Okay. Now let us see what else he has done. Clear what plan he has done? First of all, we will discuss about taxation in the Doba. Now to do everything, revenue required, that is money required, right? So for that, Sultan need to increase the revenue. For that, what he has done, he raised the land taxes in the Doba region. You all know, children, regarding Doba region, isn't it? That is, that Doba region was a very fertile land, and that region lie between Ganga and Yamuna river. So, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, he had increased the tax, but his timing of raising the tax was wrong. Why? Because during that time, when he has raised the tax, that Doba region was facing severe famine. Now, what do you mean by famine? By famine, we mean that there is a lack of food or shortage of food for a long period of time in a large area. That is, in the Doba region, they were not having any food, that is, scarcity of food was there. Clear? So, the area that was facing famine, tax got increased during that time. So how the people will pay the tax? As because there was not any sources so that they can earn money and be able to pay the taxes. Clear? So there were many peasants who had left that land, as because tax was being increased, they were not having money. So many peasants had left the land. Some of the peasants revolted against Sultan. So at last Sultan had to withdraw his order. Clear? So this was the one thing which got failed. Now what was the second thing we will discuss? That was shift of capital. Now in 1327, Muhammad bin Tughlaq decided to shift the capital of his empire from Delhi to Devagiri. It was later known as Daulatabad. Now to shift his empire capital, there was some reason why he decided to do so. So what was the reason? First reason was do better administration. Clear? Now Sultan, he thought that if he will be shifting his capital from Delhi to Daulatabad, then he could administer his empire much better. As for Daulatabad was located at the center of the empire, and when he will be sitting in that particular center at Daulatabad, he could have a look, or we can say that he can watch on all the region that comes under his control. Okay. Now, this was the first reason why he shifted his capital. Now, second reason was to save his empire from Mongol attack. As we all know that Mongol had always threat to Sultanate, isn't it? So, to safeguard his empire from the attack of Mongol, he thought that Daulatabad would be the safe place than Delhi. So, these two were the important reason why he shifted his capital. Clear? What was the two reason? First one was better administration. Second one was to save his empire from Mongol attack. Okay. Now, you all know that what had happened. Muhammad bin Tughlaq ordered the entire people to pack their bag. Now, we have to shift from Delhi to Daulatabad. He said to his people. Now, although people were not happy with this idea. So, for example, when someone says you or the authority, any authority says you that you need to leave your place and had to move to other place, what will you feel like? It is very difficult for you to leave a place where you have living for a so longer period of time, isn't it? You will feel very bad to leave your place, right? So in the same way, people were also not ready to leave their place or their home. But what could that people do? As it was their king order, isn't it? And they had to follow that. Clear? As what the king used to say or order them, they had to follow the instruction of the king. So the people, they all shifted their thing and had moved to Daulatabad. But after that, that is Muhammad bin Tughlaq, realized that he was not able to keep a watch on the northern frontier. So again, what he said to his people? He ordered to reshift his capital. Clear? Earlier he said that to move the people from Delhi to Daulatabad. Again he said that by sitting at Daulatabad, he was not able to keep a eye on the northern frontier. So again he ordered his people to reshift his capital. That is, again people had to move from Daulatabad to Delhi. Clear? Understood about shift of capital? Now, next one is the introduction of token currency. That is, in 1329, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, he introduced a token currency. Now, why he introduced a token currency? That we will discuss, okay? As during that time, there was a shortage of silver in his time period. So, Sultan, he decided that he will mint or he will make coin of brass and copper, and those coin was used in day-to-day uses, okay, and those coin will have similar value as of the silver coin. So later on, those coin can be exchanged from a silver coin from the royal treasury. Clear? If any circumstances occur, then they can exchange that brass and copper coin from the royal treasury. So what had happened, people, since the making of the brass and copper coin was very simple and ordinary, clear, so that the craftsman can easily copy that pattern and design. So now when they can copy that, they had produced large number of brass and copper coin which they were using it. Clear? So what was the effect of it? That first of all, the value of the money lost. Clear? Trade suffer as foreign merchant refused to accept this coin, as because they said we will not accept this brass and copper coin in the value of silver coin. Now then Sultan had already said that they can exchange this coin, that is copper and brass coin, from the royal treasury. So there were so many coin of brass and copper which was to be exchanged. Clear? So this make the treasury of the royal palace empty. Okay. So later on, Sultan had to withdraw this experiment also. Clear? Understood about token currency? Now children, just look at this map. The pink one, that was empire of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Now you could see that how far he has expanded his empire. Right. Now the red one was an important town, that is Delhi, Gwalior, Ujjain, Devagiri, that is Daulatabad. Clear? Now next one, we will study about expedition that Muhammad bin Tughlaq did. Okay. Now first expedition was Karachi expedition. Now in this expedition, what Muhammad bin Tughlaq he did? He had sent his army to Kangra region. Today it is known as Himachal Pradesh. Okay. And after capturing those territory, his army moved towards Tibet. Okay. Now his second expedition was Khorasan expedition. Now what happened in Khorasan expedition? Muhammad bin Tughlaq, he wanted to conquer Khorasan in Central Asia. For that he raised his army and had given 1 year of salary to his army in advance. They have made all the plan how they will conquer it. Lots of money was been invested on weapon also. Clear? But later on his expedition was been withdraw. Why? As difficulty arose. Like his army was facing lots of problem in different land. Clear? Due to that, his Khorasan expedition was been withdraw. Now children, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, raising of taxes, introduction of token currency, his expedition, shifting of his capital, all this has got failed, and due to this he became unpopular among the people, and even Muhammad bin Tughlaq, he lost his trust of his noble. Noble was no more trusting Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Clear? Now, due to all this reason, he can't rule the empire effectively. Clear? Understood about Muhammad bin Tughlaq? Now, next we will discuss Firoz Shah Tughlaq in our next class. Okay? So, till then, take care. Thank you.